Hey everyone, and welcome. So if you're a product leader or an engineer working in security, you already know that helping your customers nail CMMC compliance is a huge opportunity. Today, we're going to dig into how you can actually transform your own product into a must-have compliance engine just by integrating with Athena.
So let's just start with the big one, the million-dollar question, right? Your product is awesome. It generates all this critical security data. But how do you help your customers take that data and prove to a CMMC assessor that their compliance isn't just a one-time checkbox, but that it's actually real and working day in and day out?
Because, for those assessors, it really all comes down to proof. But the reality for most companies is, well, it's a mess. We're talking manual screenshots, spreadsheets that are weeks out of date, and tickets scattered all over the place. And let's be honest, that kind of scattered, stale evidence just doesn't fly. It doesn't build the trust you need to pass an assessment.
So let's just break this down. We're calling this whole thing the compliance evidence headache. It's a massive problem, and it's what creates that gut-wrenching anxiety when audit day rolls around. I mean, just think about it for a second. The proof for access control? That's living over in Okta. All your security logs? They're in Splunk. Incident tickets? Yep, in ServiceNow. Trying to manually pull all that together, correlate it, and somehow keep it fresh? It's a complete nightmare. And that's exactly what leads to those stale reports and that last-minute audit day panic.
So, how do we fix this chaos? Well, now we get to shift from the problem to the solution. And that's where Athena's partner module comes in. It's really designed to be the central hub for all of your compliance evidence.
The best way to think about Athena is like a central nervous system for compliance. It hooks up directly to all the tools your customers are already using. Everything from identity providers to SIMs and EDRs. It just automatically pulls that evidence in, creating one single trusted source of truth. All right, let's get practical. We're going to jump into our first key use case, proving exactly who has access to what and how they have it. This is like a fundamental piece of any CMMC audit.
The real challenge here is that an assessor is not going to be happy with a simple screenshot of a user list. No way. They want continuous, undeniable proof that only the right people have access, and that multi-factor authentication, MFA, is enforced everywhere all the time.
And boom, this is the power of integration. By connecting your identity tool directly to Athena through an API, you automate this whole painful process. Athena can sync user lists every single day, see exactly who's in which group, and, this is the big one, provide live, continuous evidence that your MFA policy is actually doing its job. Now, what's really cool about this slide is it shows how your product's raw data gets turned into audit-ready evidence. See, the integration doesn't just pull data for the sake of it. It maps it directly to the specific CMMC controls the assessors are looking for, like ACL2-3.11 for authorized access and IA.L2-3.5.3 for MFA. It's a direct translation from your data to their checklist.
Okay, let's build on that. Our second crucial use case is all about transforming those security logs from just a pile of data into verifiable proof of continuous monitoring.
Pretty much every company out there collects logs, right? But here's the kicker. They often can't prove that those logs are being consistently reviewed or that alerts are actually being investigated. And for an auditor, unreviewed logs are just noise. They mean nothing.
And this is where the magic happens. By connecting a CM like Splunk or an EDR tool like Microsoft Defender, Athena turns that passive log collection into active proof. It automatically verifies that alerting is on, it timestamps all the evidence, and it proves that your controls are being met 24/7.
And hey, just like with access control, this integration gives you concrete evidence for a whole bunch of critical controls. You're not just saying you log events, you are providing live, undeniable proof for audit and accountability, for incident response, and for system integrity, all coming directly from the source.
So what's the ultimate payoff here? It's not just about automation, as cool as that is. It's about achieving something way more powerful, provable, truly trustworthy compliance.
And this is all possible because of a core piece of tech in Athena called the Integrity Ledger. Seriously, think of it like a time machine for your compliance evidence. It creates a permanent, verifiable, and completely tamper-proof record for every single piece of data that comes into the system.
The second a user list from Okta or a scan report from your tool hits Athena, it gets a unique cryptographic fingerprint, a SHA-256 hash, and it's timestamped. This is how you build that unbreakable trust with an auditor. You can prove exactly what the evidence looked like at any point in time. No questions asked.
The process itself is actually pretty elegant and simple.
Every file gets that digital fingerprint. That fingerprint then gets locked into a secure chain of custody. But Athena doesn't just stop there. It's constantly revalidating those fingerprints automatically. So you get notified instantly if anything is ever changed or tampered with. So what does this all mean? It means your product's data gets transformed from just being, information into something so much more valuable for your customers. It becomes tamper-proof proof of their compliance.
And the transformation for your customers is it's night and day. They go from the total chaos of manual data polls and old spreadsheets to the clarity of having automated live evidence and a single source of truth. That audit anxiety, it gets replaced with real CMMC readiness.
And here's where it gets really tangible. Every single integration you build directly powers the customer's CMMC readiness index right there in Athena. You can literally watch as those not-started domains turn green, becoming fully evidenced, audit-ready categories, all because your product is feeding in the proof they need.
And the impact is it's huge. For most organizations, integrations like the ones we're talking about can automate evidence collection for up to 90% of the technical controls they need for CMMC. I mean, that just dramatically simplifies the whole process and puts them on the fast track to certification.
So to put it simply, that integrity ledger makes sure that every piece of evidence is locked in time. It gives you and your customers complete and total confidence in its authenticity. Every file, every hash, every single time. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. If your product's data could automatically and verifiably prove CMMC compliance for your customers, getting rid of their single biggest audit headache, what would that unlock for you and for your business? Really think about that. Thanks for tuning in.